Cool. Controller is working. So last time, what did we do? We definitely liberated Rookie the time before last. We liberated Headwind first. And last time we liberated Pamatha. That was right. Good riddance to that mouthy wraith. Show us then what trinket she bestoweth upon us. So we've got Melith's tale for doing Bertrude's trial. And that's where it's going to leave us. Because it didn't say when we left. Let's bide our time. Right. Let's go. Time for Volfred's voice. I shouldn't stop here. Volfred's voice is the one that I find most difficult to do. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus you and your companions remain on the mountain top, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Volfred and the lone minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elodial. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together, for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Volfred finds you off on your own. Well, my girl, it's time once more. Come see. Volfred indicates the sky, and through the snow you see that he's right. Soon all of your companions are gathered. Volfred regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is so that I might direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles: Brighton, Erisa, and Orlek. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning in their ways. After Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing I had capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the liberation rite, Orlek was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre. Thus Orlek earned his freedom. However, just as the shimmer pool was to engulf him, Erisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. Damn. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the shimmer pool, but she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Orlek perished too. To survive a fall from Mount Elodial, I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I frankly still do not hold Erisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rites may be partly to blame, as well, for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Volfred breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Orlek yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading, perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings in our plan need all the help they can get, and so I have made a decision, which I wish to announce to you all here. In the name of the Nightwings, and, reader, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once failed to never conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Volfred bows his head to everyone, while the others exchange looks, then one by one salute him in turn. Walfred, stand ready to conduct the rites again. Oh, we've got everyone now. We've got one person for every mask. Once more do several stars. Once more do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Words are difficult today, okay? The stars themselves await the will of the Nightwings. Choose your path towards salvation. We have RS, Malith, and Lou. Malith were facing the dissidents. We don't need to fight them yet. I want to try and get the Pyre Hearts as our adversary, so we want to try and fight the Withdrawn and Chastity if we can. The Withdrawn are here, so we're gonna head here. The Withdrawn and Witch Edmilda have designs upon the rites that have nothing to do with being free again. What they seek no one in good conscience could abide. He then reveals what he have learned of her and her designs. Witch Edmilda, one of the bog dwellers and head of the Withdrawn, a triumvirate more interested in legends of Islach the Astralborn than in the rites. Her kind was known to be reclusive in the Commonwealth, yet she was brazen in her disdain for common values. She practiced the unspeakable. Somehow, one day, her research into flammable reagents grew into an obsession with Islach, despite widely held belief that he is dead or never did exist. But Edmilda held that Islach is merely dormant and shall someday be reborn, with newfound hunger, which could only be sated by devouring the world. Then at last could Islach return to his glorious home, and Edmilda would go with him. When Commonwealth officials showed up to take Edmilda in for spreading unrest, she was all too eager to comply. After all, a sentence to the downside meant being that much closer to Islach's resting place, where she believed she had much work to do, where the Withdrawn stood ready to assist. She speaks in seeming riddles, yet the threat of her intentions I think cannot be dismissed. Let us be on our guard, and therefore let us rest now while we can. You bid Volfred a restful night in kind. It's too late to take flight, so you expect to press onward come daylight. We don't have any conversations, so let's just continue. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. God damn, that's spicy. You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow the voice which thus far has reached you only in the rites has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free a bit. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. As the wagon soars across the skies above Wakingwood, you notice Volfred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he's thinking. Do not mind me, reader. It's simply that being here in this vicinity, it brings back a lot of memories, and gives me much to ponder. I hid within those woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate, so it means a lot now to be here above that place, at last. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, my girl? The hidden glade of Lugh is now impossible to find on foot, though there it lies below us, protected even now by the enchantment of Lugh's glory and 100 Mines. I understand the river named for him is rather famous in your Commonwealth. The mouth of that river Sklorian opens wide not very far from here. It was there that limbless Arizek was defeated, turning the region lush and livable, at least for certain denizens, although of course not everyone believes this. Your adversaries, the Withdrawn, must be working to find their way there even now. Good fortune in your right against them, reader. Powerful talisman in Needlefield. Oh, I want vocations though. Black Wagon. Fulfred's here. We've got another page in the book as well. Got a couple of pages, I think. Afterword. A list of terms which you may wish to know. As an exile of the downside, as reader of this book, and as conductor of the rites, you are engaged now in a cycle which has lasted since the dawn of this age. Here within this part of the book is offered summary of all key figures, locales, terms, and astral phenomena you shall encounter, either first-hand or in passing on your path. To know the history of the downside and the rites is to prepare yourself to walk the path toward enlightenment, and then to liberty itself. Should you be free again, remember, reveal not the rites themselves nor the existence of this book. Rites terms. A list of terms you may wish to know. Adversary, the opposing band of exiles you stand against during the rites. Aura, one's solitary weapon in the rites, one's inner strength made manifest. Banishment, a fleeting sense of nothingness induced by contact with an opposing enemy, with an opposing aura. Book, this very tome, or any of the precious copies which together we crafted. Casting, the art of projecting one's aura towards the adversary. Enlightenment, understanding gained after conducting a rite. Expulsion, a state of eternal banishment. Oof. Glory, a measure of one's worth, affects the pyre. Hope, one's capacity to see the light in things, influences banishment. Inspiration, capacity to gain enlightenment quickly, gained from witnessing the rites. Liberation rite, the last rite in a cycle in which an exile at last regains his or her freedom. Mastery, a blessing bestowed on enlightened conductors of the rites. Orb celestial, a key object in the rites, exiles vie for it and use it to prevail. Presence, one's inner and outer strength. Combined, influences aura. Pyre, a key object in the rites, exiles vie to extinguish one another's flames. Raiments, flameproof, masks and robes fashioned for the rites. Rank, a measure of a rites conductor's experience in such matters. Reader, one who can decipher text or oversee a triumvirate in the rites. Rite, a ceremony through which worthy exiles may regain their freedom. Stamina, a measure of an exile's physical exertion, it gradually recovers. Sigil, a symbol representing each triumvirate set where the pyre shall burn. Talisman, a trinket bestowing mystic power unto those who believe it can do so. Triumvirate, a band of 3 exiles striving together to be free again. Quickness, a measure of one's swiftness in the rites. Shimmerpool, a mystic means to return to freedom, only the worthy can enter. 8 scribes. Oh, this is going to teach us all about the scribes as well. Golgolathanian, known as the Master General and the Nomad Scribe, he wields the legendary Tower Shield Oathtaker. Aub the Swallow, known as the Accursed and the Imp Scribe, he possesses the legendary Wings of Misfortune. Jemur Manymane, known as the Alpha Chief and the Curse Scribe, he wields the legendary Jawblade Kneebender. Lusclorian, known as Hundred Minds and the Sap Scribe, he wields the legendary staff, the Genealogy of Sclorian. Molten Melith, known as the Wild Witch and the Crone Scribe, she wields the legendary lantern, Flame of the First Hag. Solium Mur, known as the last of his name and the Demon Scribe, he possesses the legendary Black Nails of the Fallen Emperor. Fiesta Tithys, known as the Blessed Born and the Harp Scribe, she wields the Holy Sceptre of the Sarian Empire. Under King Oris, known as the Sea Sojourner and the Worm Scribe, he wears the legendary Bladed Mail, Silverfish. Triumvirates. The Accusers, triumvirate formed by the nomad Golgolathanian, founded on justice and loyalty. Sigil, Shattered Scale. The Beyonders, eternally expelled, not a true triumvirate. Sigil, Forked Star. Chastity, triumvirate formed by the Sap Lusclorian, founded on integrity and modesty. Sigil, Bloomflower. Oh, that's cool. The letters light up as your cursor goes near them. The Dissidents, triumvirate formed by the Imp Haub the Swallow, founded on difference and conviction. Sigil, Leering More. The Essence, triumvirate formed by the Harp Saint Triesta the Tithys, founded on liberty and piety. Sigil, Empress Tyr. Fate, triumvirate formed by the Kurd Jemur Manymane, founded on faith and honour. Sigil, Awakened Eye. The Nightwings, triumvirate formed by all 8 scribes. Adversary against whom all other triumvirates are judged. Sigil, Cresting Moon. The Pyrehearts, triumvirate formed by the Worm under King Oris, founded on courage and passion. Sigil, Burning Heart. The Tempers, triumvirate formed by the demon Solium Myrrh, founded on strength and mercy, sigil black nails. The Withdrawn, triumvirate formed by the crone Molten Malith, founded on truth and knowledge, sigil Far Mountain. Denizens of Sar, Curs, swift, dog-like creatures known for their loyalty, optimism, and appreciation for the simple things. Crones, heavy-set serpentine creatures known for their bluntness, stubbornness, and penchant for mysticism. Demons, those who have withstood exile in the downside long enough to be transformed by it. Empire of Sar, our nation which thrived for an entire age. Now it's on the brink of ruin as we remain imprisoned here. Harbs, winged creatures from whom common folk perhaps descended. Highwing, a militant faction of harps that has resisted the Empire's generosity with vicious force. So, a lot of what is written in this book is probably slightly propaganda, basically. Imps, ravenous creatures indigenous to the downside. Some possess a higher intellect. Nomads, common folk who venture to the downside from the Empire. Saps, clever tree-like creatures known for their ingenuity and ambition. Sea Dominion, the vast and war-torn undersea nation of the Underking. Sisters of the Arch, killers trained from birth to carry out their missions. Worms, intelligent amphibians of the Sea Dominion, known for their chivalry and determination. Downside regions, we'll get there eventually. Black Basin, a land of black glass, searing vapour and strangling forests. Single largest region in the downside. Deathless Tempest, a storm which perpetually rages in the Sea of Solus. Exiles of the Sea Dominion claim responsibility. Downside Prairie, one of the downside's only verdant regions, although tempest-swept and overall unlivable. Flagging Hands, a gloom-filled, generally foul and desolate region of the downside, beyond which lies the sea. Jomur Valley, a sprawling, sand-swept fossil wasteland toward the south. Mount Elodial, the sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first ordained. Sea of Solus, an impossible oceanic expanse pockmarked by crude little islets. Sglorian Shore, a frozen oasis tucked between the chaos of Wakingwood and the sacred Mount Elodial. Southern Sandfalls, the southern edge of the downside, an unlivable waste. Worm Gulf, the tempestuous Sea of Solus lies beyond the stagnating body of water. Celestial Landmarks, a list of terms which you may wish to know. The Cairn of Haub, located in Jomur Valley, here the accursed imp felled the Bone Titan Shaq's 6 shoulders. That's such a difficult one to say. The Fall of Solium, located in Mount Elodial. Here the 8 scribes gathered and ordained the rites. Only from this point may worthy exiles regain their freedom at the base of the inverted fall. The Glade of Lu, located in Black Basin. Here Old Hand reminds himself vanquished the Root Titan, limbless Arizek. The Hulk of Oris, located in the Sea of Solus. Here the Underking felled the Sea Titan, Unfathomed Plernus, upon the carcass of the doomed exploring vessel. Dazraban. Okay, I couldn't read that for some reason. The Isle of Kaelma, located in Deathless Tempest. Here fled the traitor Kaelma Ropecaller and was vanquished by the Imp Titan, the Tattered Mantle. The Nest of Trieste, located in Black Basin. Here the Blessed Born vanquished the Nightmare Titan, Sylvius Horse-Headed. The Pit of Melith, located in Flagging Hands. Here the Wild Witch sealed the physical form of the Astral Born. The Ridge of Gull, located in the Downside Prairie. Here the Master General vanquished the Serpent Titan, Lord Gandroth. The Spring of Jomur, located in Jomur Valley. Here the Alpha Chief vanquished the dreaded Hive Titan, Beolanthius. More pages! Greater Titans. Beolanthius, the Hive Titan, vanquished by the scribe Jomur Manymane. Dullness, the Locket, the Ash Titan, routed by the 8 scribes in Black Basin. Endriga, the Widow, the Blood Titan, vanquished by the scribe Underking Oris and the Sea Dominion. Limbless Arizek, the Root Titan, vanquished by the scribe Lysglorian. Lord Gandroth, the Serpent Titan, vanquished by the scribe Golgolathanian. Sungrees, the World Titan, slayed by the 8 scribes atop Mount Elodial. Shaq's 6 shoulders, the Bone Titan, slain by the scribe Haub the Swallow. The Tattered Mantle, the Imp Titan, slain by the traitor Kaelma Ropecaller. Time Singer Han, the Sky Titan, routed by the 8 scribes in Flagging Hands. Unfathomed Plenus, the sea titan vanquished by the scribe under King Orus. Silvius Horse-Headed, the nightmare titan vanquished by the scribe Saint Trieste Tithys. Oh, they don't even write Islach. Astralborn, the star titan sealed away by Molten Melith. Olden Stars. Okay, I'm just quickly skimming these bits. That's the last page. Okay. Let's talk to Volfred. There. Volfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my girl. I was just on my way out to make a drop, report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It's not clear to you as yet how exactly Volfred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach, most of the time at least. It's not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hard-working as the rest of us, or dare I say more so. Messenger imp is a cutie. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They, of course, cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Volfred offers to tell you more of this process. It seems that he has been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. A trafficker like Ruki would likely be familiar with them. Then my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes, but even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. I could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavours, it shall be thanks in no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For we cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days I report to them our progress, and in turn they report theirs back. From that assessment I update the estimation of our plan's success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own, but those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon then, reader, I have a delivery to make. He strides out the wagon bearing the sealed message. Spicy. Pass the time. A foreboding feeling stuck with you since your arrival in the untamed flora of Cinderroot. Some of it spreads to others in the group. Hizo does not like being here right now. Tomorrow is another day, but for the time we'll have to ride this out. You decide to focus on pursuing your vacations until the black wagon is ready to move on. We're going to study in private. This afternoon you feel especially drawn to the Book of Rites and find a place to look upon its words. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. We're going to grab an extra quickness. The 8 scribes who compose the book, their influence and their experience spreads through the pages into the willing reader's deepest consciousness. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. We've got level 2 of reader's influence celerity. Here's the Glade of Lugh. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone, or something that got right in its path. At first she needs to see no signs of whomever or whatever it was, but then a voice rings out from off to the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is. Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess. You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. But it's good running into you like this, because I got for you a really special deal. We got some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us up a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about him, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers, they're going to go flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you got to do is give us a lift, because you're headed to the Glade of Lou, right? Just drop us when you get there. Just drop us off when you get there, okay? The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have room enough for Falcon Ron, barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifacts he is transporting right now, and wonder whether you should get involved. We've got to help Falcon Ron. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Oh, great, thanks guys, I'll just squeeze right in, He does not. Dad, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually Falcon Ron manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Falcon Ron joined you, welcome him aboard for now. Uh-oh. After what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant to only him, you reach your destination. Anyways, thanks guys, and remember what I said. These things I got here, you got dibs on them if you come visit me and Dad. That is, now we'll be going, okay? So, be seeing you. Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. Your fellow exiles lost 5 glory for the next rite. Ooh, yikes. Try not to think about it. Oh dear. Hey guys, thanks again for helping me and Dad back there. We really owe you one, and so, as promised, I got something really, really good in stock for you right here. He pauses for dramatic effect, then he reveals to you several artifacts. Black Hoof, Black Heart, and Black Claw. Oh, they're cursed. I don't like that. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy. Nice, huh? You guys, you got first dibs on these bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're gonna go fast. Effect: the bearer's aura remains while grasping the orb but cannot be cast. It's cursed though. Black Heart: after getting banished, bearer either returns with infinite stamina or as fast as a moving howler. The bearer has 100% more stamina than usual but cannot grasp the orb. Oh, that's spicy as hell. Not gonna buy it, but that's spicy as hell. Triesta's plume is only usable by Pamitha, so we might as well sell that. We're gonna grab one of the rings. I might sell the lunar glass as well, actually, and get the other ring. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Ooh, Tizo wants to talk to us, but we've got more in the Book of Rites. Downside climate. I know of no polite way to describe the climate here. It oppresses every living thing, except perhaps the native flora in a few specific areas. Once more, the recommended course is to keep moving. Moving keeps you warm when it's cold, or when it's very hot, you use what strength you can to move to somewhere you can think and breathe. The weather in the downside seems intrinsic to the different regions, which my good friend Molten Malith shall describe. Shelter can be difficult to find, and you cannot stay in it for very long. Perhaps, however, shelter can accompany you rather than constrain you. How to sustain oneself with food and drink in a place such as this. The less said of it the better. Do not complain, observe, and above all, keep moving. Sources of sustenance avail themselves to those with keener sense. In warmer climates, search the ground at the break of day for subterraneans. In colder places, dig for them. Give them purpose. Drinking pools are rare, but moisture in abundance outside of the sandfolds. Some is poisonous. Take only what you need. The downside limits any opportunity for excess, but it provides enough amenities to meet the needs of life. One who withstands it cannot help but feel a sense of gratitude. The Glade of Lou. Never have I witnessed an affront to nature. Mine and everyone's quite like the poisonous woods of limbless Arazek, the Root Titan, in his suffocating influence. I shall leave it to the boastful Underking to tell you more of Arazek's vanquishing, whilst I may tell you something of the glade that he protected, which became my own, for my own genealogy now occupies the soil there and strives forevermore to prevent Arazek from taking root again. The brambles of the glade are constantly encroaching on themselves, then falling once again to dust. This miraculous cycle, reflected in the starlight piercing through the canopy, needs to be witnessed whenever the stars invite an audience. Cool. Tizo, what's up, buddy? You observe Tizo rummaging about the Black Wagon as though in search of something. He notices you there and rushes up to greet you. Tizo's glad you're here. He was just reminiscing about old times. But just as quickly he resumes his search. Tizo is looking for something a former exile of the Nightwings once gave him. He's growing frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. You almost do not notice the lone minstrel's approach. I'm afraid that is gone, Tizo. I am very sorry. Reader, it's nothing that ought be cause for much concern, merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to him. It was just a spare bandage, he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Oh, Phoebe. Tizo here has had many adventures with the Nightwings. Is that not so, Tizo? He squawks in approval. Those memories shall always stay with you. Is that not what matters most of all? He confirms this as well. Then, please do not worry yourself about it anymore. It's a symbol of a distant past, besides. Tizo sulks away up into the rafters. The lone minstrel watches him go. The object that he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days with the Nightwings of the past. He performed the regular duties of other drive imps at first, but soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. He had grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell and the triumvirate fell apart. Perhaps Volfred has revealed to you more of the details. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past somehow. Perhaps then he shall cease searching. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say that he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. Ooh. Commence the rite. The mood is more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming rite. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. We sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby, her mind corrupted, calls out, screaming. Canst thou hear it, perhaps? She speaks of the witch Edmilda, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. The witch, she doth revere an ancient god undying and unyielding on this land, and on her consciousness. We may attempt an exorcism here, for the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting ye. However, 'tis a risk, upon her mind and mine own, although a worthwhile risk, perhaps. Bertrude seems to think that Edmilda can be weakened somehow through the coming rite. Then the stars above begin to shimmer with their strange light. Peter, thank you so much for 5 months of subscription. Welcome back to the Rose Garden. I hope you continue to enjoy your emotes. There, the Star of Islach. Our adversary worships it, and whom it represents. Fixate upon the star, reading one. If thou so darest, invoke its power. Do so, and our adversary Edmilda, she shall be emboldened, but also left vulnerable to our own sorceries. We may limit her ambitions thus. Bertrude asks you to invoke the Star of Islach in this rite. Well, that's Beolanthius. Yes, welcome back to the Rose Garden. I hope you continue to enjoy your emotes, and Peter, you are officially a bud. Oh yeah. There we go. So it wants us to invoke Islach. Fuck it, we might as well try. Oh. I would, yes. No. Spicy. So we're gonna do 5 less damage to the enemy's power. What have we here? You have returned once more unto our presence. Yes, we sense something among you. Bertrude slithers forth and gazes at her adversary. Thou maggot, we should have known. But Bertrude does not respond. Nightwings, that one shall be of little benefit to you. That one's sorceries are a mere pittance to the overwhelming might of Islach. Soon you shall see. Rita, my girl, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And now that I've donned the raiments, the voice knows I'm here. It's no matter, really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use. Okay. Cool. So we've got a blink, which has exit lag, as you'd call it in a fighting game, but we also have an aura shield, and we can cast that as soon as we're out. That will reflect enemy auras, and we've got the sprout, which we can place anywhere, but it's going to take us a bit of time to get it exact. There we go. Now then, Nightwings. I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together. Reading 1. Thou invoketh the star of Islach, so then, beware. Through our sorcery shall Udmilda be cast into a hopeless doubt about her faith upon her god. It shall be done if we prevail, but only if. Our own mind shall perhaps be forfeit otherwise. Oh shit! It seems that through the outcome of this rite, either Udmilda shall be permanently weakened or Bertrude shall instead. Fuck. I mean, how far is Jody to the next level? 285. We've got to use Jody, I feel like. I want to use Sandalwood as well. Look at his enlightenment. Oh, his inspiration. The solid objects could be useful, but I like the win harder thing. Oh, I don't know who to choose. This is a lot of stress. I really like Faye. She's one of my better characters. I think we're gonna go... Oh, Volfred is so unproven. We're gonna go Bertrude. Faye is best girl, she is. We might go Bertrude, Jody, Faye. Maybe. We don't really need the bounce. And I want to try these rings out. Let's go. Let's try. We've got two people that I'm good with scoring with, and a very defensive player in Jody. A fearsome adversary is a worthy one. Let us stand tall. Now then, Nightwings, you wish to mock Islach. You in your infinite foolishness shall be among the first to suffer. Oh, they jumped as soon as they were up. Okay. Oh, shit. They are so defensive. Oh, we got. Got it. Okay. Oh, if I hadn't picked that up. I forgot Faye has really good sniping abilities. Oh, I couldn't throw in time. Oh god, we're all banished. Oh shit. Oh, go on, Faye. One of our own seeketh ye the lifeblood for yourselves, yes, you wretched witch, tampering with eldritch forces of which you knowest naught, you forfeit everything from abomination from the stars. Quainters, we thought perchance ye sought the true enlightenment, yet you reveal yourselves to be as narrow as the things with which you now consort. Islach shall devour you as the rest. Ow. Ooh, that was spicy. 34, fuck me, okay. And they flung it into the pyre as well. This is going to be tricky. We might have to restart this one, because I'm... not being funny, I'm going to win it. Oh shit. It's locking onto the one that I don't want it to. Go on, Faye. Yes, go on, Jody. Okay, 20. So we've got to get either Jody or... Okay. There we go. We did it. Holy shit. That was one of the trickiest ones yet. How can this be? How can this be? Islach, answer us. Islach. Islach. Richard Milder continues with her screaming, having been defeated in the right. He observed Bertrude there, fixed in a meditative pose. There, Milder, relent, relent. Thy God has not abandoned thee, because thy God is dead. Thy God is dead. Pray to him all thou likest, yet it shall do thee no good. As Bertrude recedes into the shadows, Edmilda slumps down, staring at nothing before her. Impossible. This cannot be. Answer us. Answer us. Edmilda suffered -5 hope permanently. May the scribes have mercy, holy shit. The rites would have me think that I have nothing left to learn. Whether that be a falsehood or a contradiction, I am yet uncertain. Nonetheless, I shall press on, for the limits of my mastery have always exceeded my grasp, and I expect they always shall. I'm gonna go Enduring Flame here, I think. We should use Bertrude in the next one. We should definitely use Volfred in the next one. That one just had a lot of stakes in it. I did not want to have to learn a new character while trying to keep Bertrude safe. Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after prevailing over the Withdrawn in a convincing manner when Volfred approaches. Ooh, excuse me. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my girl. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see whom we shall square against when next the stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forwards. Seek now your destination. Let's go. Ha'ub the Midnight Star. Gull the South Star. Milith the Bog Star. Okay, there are options. Planner. Pyre hearts are on top, so if we can fight Chastity, we should. Right, till next liberation is 1, so we're going to get at least 1 more liberation in this stream. The Fate are there. The Tempers are there. Let's... kind of want to go see the Tempers. Sure. The stars reveal to you a path toward the cairn of Ha'ub, where the rites shall soon continue. Come morning, your travels shall continue. For now, everyone needs rest. We're going to take a break here. I'll see you in a few minutes. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab a drink and stretch a little bit, but yeah. We'll carry on and try and liberate someone in a bit. Hello, I am back. I've returned. We're going to continue on with Pyre. Wilfred wants to talk to us. Book of Rites also has something to say about Islak. Astral Bomb. The foul name of the Star Titan is written here but once. Do not invoke it, lest you aid its reawakening. It sups upon despair and fear and doubt, and lands such as our own. It was our mighty mistress Melith which tracked down the astral-born monstrosity within its loathsome pit, where it lay nursing wounds sustained from travelling across the stars in search of simple prey. The wicked astral-born could drive a lesser creature to the brink of sanity with a mere passing glance, but not Melith. She cast upon the fiend 100 words of binding, each one more binding than the last. With the creature's incandescent skin, we bound this book, and bound ourselves unto the stars. Ooh! Hello, my girl. Tizo and I, we were just reminiscing on old times. Ah! Tizo is happy to have Volfred back among the Nightwings once again. Thank you, Tizo. I am happy to be back among the Nightwings as well. Though you understand why we were forced to be apart for so long, don't you? Tizo indicates he understands full well. I trust that Tarek provided some good company and song during the intervening time. Tizo confirms he did enjoy travelling alongside the lone minstrel for some time. And there he is, right on cue. Something I can do for you, Volfred, sir? Volfred laughs warmly at this. No, Tarek, we are well enough for now. Tizo and I, we were just remembering the time when we first met, the three of us. Tizo was rather apprehensive then, as I recall. He was merely being circumspect, I'm sure. Tizo has the sharpest instincts of us all. But the bite he gave to you, sir, it left a permanent impression, did it not? It did indeed. I consider it a mark of friendship. May it stay with me for all my days. It's a good reminder that despite the challenges we faced together in the past, my time among the Nightwings has been extraordinary. Likewise, I can say the same, sir. Tizo shares the sentiment as well. Volfred turns to you. I should apologize, my girl. Here we are talking of a history you do not share. Believe me when I say we're skipping over many of the bad parts. What I mean is, it isn't my intention to exclude you as we act nostalgic. The Nightwings that you know, we're a strange assortment, are we not? Those of us who share some kinship from the past, I suppose we cannot help but seek some warmth in it. But it should not be to the exclusion of the friendships that we forge right now. So please, why don't you join us for a bit? Together you, Volfred, Tizo and the Lone Minstrel talk a while about the times gone by. The three of them are pleased to be back in one another's company again, having grown close through the shared experience in the past. Just the same, they've welcomed you into the group. In spite of the hardships you have faced, some of these idle moments that you share together may one day form memories you think back on with fondness. Soon the conversation winds down, though it lifted all your spirits for the while. Aw, cute. Your flight takes you near to where you breached past Stormwall into Deathless Tempest. With the climate and the downside intensifying, you wonder if this storm has spilled forth from its confines and started to ravage other regions of the land. Oi, what the bloody blazes! Barker notices your wagon at his flank there and begins to laugh. Well, if it isn't the Nightwings flaunting their fancy little flying wagon, eh? You think you're better than us, mates, eh? Pah, you ain't better than the dung I stepped in last night. Now get on out of here, or I've a mind to leap on over there and rip your gizzards out, you hear me? Lol. So, Shunt. Sir Gilman spots a convenient landing spot here where you should be able to pursue your vocations, which is probably the one we're going to go for. Oh, fuck. But this one has Ignarius, and I want to know more about him. Let's go for Ignarius. Contact the apparition. As you walk through a dark corner of Lixsand, you sense a presence of some sort which reaches out to you. It presents to you a vision of the adversary you expect to face in the coming right. The apparition is aware of your adversary in the right, it's Ignarius. It offers to sway the coming right against him in your favour. Oh fuck. Except and your adversary shall suffer a misfortune that inhibits his performance. Nothing permanent, it claims. Decline and the apparition shall extend its offer to Ignarius instead. I shouldn't have come this way! I'm gonna have to decline, aren't I? You thank the apparition for its generous offer, but decline, choosing your words with care. The apparition makes no response you can discern, then it shimmers and is gone. You attempt to set your mind at ease and then return to the Black Wagon to pursue your vocations. We can do vocations anyway. We just fucked ourselves for the next right a little bit. I'm not a dirty cheat. Yeah, exactly. Your deepening of the knowledge of the Book of Rites is not nearly enough. Aspects of it still elude you. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Its fundamental purpose. What have you come to understand of the book? Can you recite its pages yet by heart? Have you internalized its teachings? In its lack of limits, you experience yours. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. You gain the reader's influence, righteousness. Fuck yeah. We're gonna bump into a messenger imp on this road, I think. Oh, I'm good at this game. No, it's just this is the last right before the next liberation one, so this was the last chance for it. A messenger imp somehow tracks you down in the desolate sprawl of Jumur Valley and delivers to you recent news and rumours from the other side. Hey Dumbfun, how you doing? Specifically, the imp shares details regarding Pamithan and what became of her since she was liberated at the fall of Solium. She found herself back in the homeland of her enemies, where, despite her connection to the Highwing remnants, her past transgressions were forgiven. In fact, she was asked to join the military council given her unique background, yet she refused to cooperate and instead demanded to be reunited with her sister Tamitha. But when they threatened her with a resentencing to exile, insisted she take the opportunity. Tamitha said at last that she would think it over and return with a decision soon. Next she was seen, however, was among Volfred's sons and daughters of the Revolution, where it is said she has attached her loyalty, at least for the time. You thank your imp for bringing you this news, which soon gets your companions talking. It seems to me the little bird is no more free now than when she was here. I wonder where her sister is right now. I'm sure she cares for Pamitha, I'm sure of it. Tizo wishes for Pamitha to find her and her way and her sister in the Commonwealth. We suspect the ancient enmity between the winged and flightless shall not be soon resolved, if ever at all. I hold to hope that both the Thane sisters shall one day join together as part of our good cause. The two of them can help lead us toward a brighter future. Never once before had this knight felt even a thing for our most bitter enemies, and yet, having known Pamitha proved eye-opening indeed for this knight. In spite of some mixed feelings, the news of Pamitha's liberations fill you and your fellow exiles with resolve. Extra hope. Wish Pamitha luck. Question is, I think Ignarius is probably desperate enough to take the apparition's offer and fuck us over, right? Guys, can't help wondering but whatever happened to that number with the wings, you know, the one, I guess she's kind of pretty, maybe, I suppose? She's still around by any chance? Because, well, anyways. Oh, no. Bless. Flame Leech. Oh, fuck. That's pretty good. I really haven't been using Ash and Coal that much. I'm just going to sell that contract one, because we're also not using it. You guys take care, okay? And thanks for doing business. Commence the rite. Dark is falling as the preparations for the coming rite against the Tempers are finally complete. The task took somewhat longer than usual this time on account of Jadariel's absence. She returns joining the others in as inconspicuous a manner as she can manage. She grows angry about something then, but no one speaks to her of it, for the stars above ignite during your attention. Across from you, Ignarius and the Tempers emerge and take position. I love this music for them. We've got one more new star. Shax's 6 shoulders. Your adversaries shall all return from banishment when all are banished. Ooh, that's spicy. We're gonna take that off. We're not gonna run with any for now. Because I think Ignarius is gonna try and fuck us anyway. I was gonna say though, I have a gift for all of you. This is your warning. 3, 2. Yeah, rip it. Fuck, that was a good one. Here we go again then, Nightwing, so I gotta say I started looking forward to these little outings. Might say it's all that's keeping me going anymore these days, you know? Not like I'll be getting out of here, but doing all this right stuff helps to kill some time, I guess. Is that all this is to you, then? A way to kill some time? Curly horns, having ways of killing time ain't nothing to scoff at. What else is there to life but killing time? Now let's see you take that anger out on me. They have an ashen coal. They don't have anything that fucks our Pyre directly. Go on, then. Definitely going to use Volfred. To whomst we going to give the ashen coal? Oh, we spat that one out, Jesus. We've got to use Bertrude. She's probably one of the ones I'm best with. And I think Gilman here. For the glory of the Nightwings! Alright, you damned Nightwings, let's see what you got. Hey Danny, how's it going? I jumped. Oh! How did that not hit? Cool. Oh, they fucking jumped. Got it. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh shit, that was powerful. Fuck! They're gonna score here. But it means they're without that person. Ow. Easy peasy. Oh shit.
You Nightwings, you've been practicing, ain't you? And what about you, Iggy? You're just a washed-up old goat, you're through. How long are you gonna keep at this? Getting weaker and weaker, worse and worse, huh? Come on then, Nightwings, finish it already, will ya? Sooner we wrap this up, sooner we all can catch some shut-eye and put an end to this damn day. Ah, fuck. I still need to get used to Volfred. They're gonna chuck it in the pyre. Oh, it's X to... Oh, that was a sneaky one. Okay, we'll just take that one on the chin. Oh, Volfred got it. Volfred's hard to score with. Indeed we did. What a joke. Losing to you lot again. The younger me would have tore you to pieces. Ain't never getting out of here if we keep on like this. It's been a while since my last outings in the rights, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. We've got... If Volfred is banished, a sapling shall automatically spawn near his pyre until he returns. Ooh, Aura Burst, okay. I think we go this way. 50 extra pyre health, essentially. And shielding all our allies and extra hope. We just fill this side of the thing. This land, so rife with eldritch knowledge, long forbidden in the Commonwealth, we learn the stuff of fear itself. I think we were going to go down this side. Charge up time and then stubborn flame, maybe. Damn. Huh. Someone's there, sneaking around. Show yourself already. She stands there for a moment, saying nothing, then... This was a mistake. She leaves him just as soon as she arrived. Hey, hold up, Curly Horns, wait. Wait. She keeps him waiting there. Ignarius just shakes his head. And he keeps waiting, for there is little else for him there in the downside. He keeps waiting, but not for very long. Not for very long. After you prevailed against the Tempers in the rite, there is little time for you to rest as yet. The night beckons, and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It's already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. He heads out straight away, and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars, you see one with which you are familiar now burns ever brightly. The path to freedom laid bare before you. Pursue it. Oh shit, Solium the Golden Star. Well, we only have one choice here. Which looks like we're fighting the Pyre Hearts here, indeed. already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Elodial. Picture the rights as a wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for someone to go free. Either us or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back into the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look back upon their exile with fondness. So returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we count on to prevail in the rights. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. And so, who stays, who goes, these choices affect us all. No pressure there, my girl. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. I miss Hedwyn. I miss everyone I've exiled so far. It's Jodie. Did she go and meet up with Ignarius and actually stay there? You approach Jadariel, who seems to be busy explaining something to Sir Gilman. And so, feinting left against them proves to be reliable. They all lead with their right wings when they choose to strike. They are quick, but can leave themselves quite vulnerable. Such sage counsel, madam. This knight feels most emboldened, should he ever again be forced to confront the Highwing remnants in single combat. Pray you never shall. Being here, I suppose it's unlikely. She notices you, then. Reader, the good knight and I were just comparing survival strategies we picked up on the Blood Border, reminiscing on old times it could be called. Indeed, the good Jadariel has volunteered to become this knight's master-at-arms should we ever achieve our liberty together, and this knight humbly accepted. What? I said no such thing. I owe you nothing, worm. Ah, but the finest lessons are the harshest made, madam. This knight is overjoyed that you would thusly train him as your protégé. Reader, spare me, please. You somehow managed to steer the subject back to military tactics. This knight is most impressed with your familiarity with the finer points of being sliced to ribbons by the Highwing remnants, Master Reader. Sir Gilman and Jadariel continue the conversation for some time. You sense they're in relatively good spirits, all things considered. Aw. We've also got a magma mug. I think we might... so I'm choosing between Liberation, right? I'm choosing between Tizo and Gilman. Because Bertrude is just too good in the rights for me. As is Faye. I kind of want Jodie to be here with Ignarius. Kind of ship them. So I don't know if I want to liberate her yet. Bertrude shall gain favour from the scribes if we land there. Jodie shall gain favour from the scribes if we land there. Oh, I want more Jodie story. But also Bertrude is probably my best, so I'm gonna land here. You make landing upon Mount Elodial with Wilfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Reader, as you know, I now wear the raiments once again. This means that I myself may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. Know, however, that this is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a surer footing in their path, my time shall come. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall, of course, defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. Seek the Harp Scribe's favour. Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Bertrude visit the monument of Trieste Tithys here in Emperor's Ascent. Ye ancient gods who flit among the stars, grant thy boon on sandalwood if one is to be granted, for he shall put it to good use. He seems to still believe in you, to some extent at least, thus shall we do the same for now and honour thy traditions. Soon she has finished paying her respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Trieste Tithys has shown you favour. You soon shall ascend the mountain, though there is time now to pursue your vacations. Bertrude gained a quickness. We're going to do the last study in private. You remain intent on further study of the Book of Rites and find a place where you can concentrate upon it. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence, +1 glory. The book seems to push back against you. Your sense of its hidden meanings crumbles under layers of contradiction, of omitting details, and yet you feel a thorough knowledge of it now. It's more an artifact than a book. Its power almost solely rests with the reader, who makes time to form a certain meaning from the many passages unwritten. Yet the glimpse of knowledge you approach just then calls back at you to stop and go no further, not to press too forcefully against the outer limits of your understanding. Nevertheless, for what you recognize shall have to be the final time, inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within. Even now you cannot tell. You gain the reader's influence, righteousness. You look up to see the lone minstrel there. You had not noticed him. He looks up at you with his strange eyes, a colour not unlike the bindings of the book, and he smiles at you faintly. The moment passes and he turns to go about his business. He leaves you there. You realise you're clutching the Book of Rites to your chest. You manage to pull away. Ooh, that's some good writing. I like that. You notice Bertrude studying the Beyonder crystal. She sets it down as you approach. The mouthy rake rebuketh our attempt to summon her. She insisteth that we are too young to understand. She must be referring to Sandra. It seems that Bertrude may be able to invoke her. Stubborn, that one, possessing of an ancient understanding, olden ways and olden times. Many centuries of history, knowledge of the 8 scribes themselves, held captive there within that green-tinged stone, within that wraith's own memories. Would that we could extract them in some way. Perhaps thou couldst induce the wraith's obedience, reading one, for she heedeth not. She claimeth obligations only unto thee. Although, She stops and thinks very carefully. The Beyonder crystal is not to be tampered with. Your fellow exiles know that its use is at your sole discretion. She backs away from you, still thinking to herself. Ignorest thee our inquiries about this, reading one. Our reason has taken us elsewhere. Her refusal to cooperate is like to be an ancient warning of some sort. 'Tis possible that others of the southern bogs know something of her, but we shall not be tampering further with such sorceries ourselves. That the wraith refuses to cooperate suggesteth her predicament is suitably deserved. She heads out in a huff, but just as the air grows still and quiet, you sense something from the Beyonder crystal. Mouthy wraith, she says. Can you believe it, reader? To be so young and foolish again. Sandra the Unseeing laughs to herself, and your proximity to the Beyonder crystal must have been sufficient to invoke her in this case. That crone of yours is far too curious, I think, but it appears that even she has learned her lesson in this case. Thank the stars I am beholden to no more than one among you Nightwings at a time, and thank the stars that happens to be you rather than her. And if that crone attempts to lay her fingers on my beholder crystal again, I shall just have to torment her dreams till she's my age. Do feel free to mention that if it comes up. Now, farewell. You know where to find me, lovely reader. She vanishes. It seems that Sandra is proved resistant to Bertrude's tampering. If so much history is trapped within the Beyonder crystal, there it shall remain for the foreseeable future. We are going to talk to Sandra, though. You wish to keep me company again? Ask what's on her mind. I thought I told you to be gone. She's pushing you away as she did before. Perhaps I ought to cease my services to you if you insist on disrespecting my wishes thus. Would that sound good to you, O reader? Imagine not having access to the loathsome trinkets which I grant to you. Imagine those idiots of yours having to get by without my tutelage. I can imagine it just fine myself. I was once a weapon used to kill an emperor, attempt to kill him anyway. Now I am once again a tool being exploited, soon to be discarded. Go on then, leave me be, go about your business and pretend we do not know full well how this shall end between us. Damn. You know where to find me. Continue your journey. Faye gains favour there. Tizo gains favour here. We'll go up here. Get Tizo some favour and probably liberate Tizo. You just finished Atypical. I'm going to start watching it soon. En route to the mountaintop, you pass by a monument to Lusclori, and Tizo happens to take notice. Please tell great-grandfather I said hello, old friend. I hope you're all right among the stars. You must know why the stars are fading out, because none of us do, and some of us, I think, are beginning to feel afraid. Please grant us courage to press on. Soon he has finished paying his respects. Oh, as you prepare to continue ascent, you sense that Lusclorian has showed him favour. 2 presents for the next rite for Tizo. Bless him. Tizo's so cute. You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of Scribe's Gate before an archway carved of stone where stands the Gate Guardian. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned, even as the cycle of rites begins drawing to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this, softly for some reason. And you, Tariq, do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you come forth and state what it is that you seek while crossing the Scribe's Gate. One by one the Nightwings declare themselves. You all pass through as before. When Volfred takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You, I see you wear the raiments again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know why exactly, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he who fell from this summit long ago, he lives and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well a contemporary whom you mean. Then the Nightwings stand divided. Yes, and so I wear the raiments once again in case it helped me to right this wrong. For I am Volfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Volfred's words for a moment. I see, then. Move along. The Guardian of the Scribe's Gate regards you all, and then she beckons you onward. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Celeste. What is it, Tariq? The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it, I think you would agree. In equal measure has it drawn us close and separated us. But if their aim now is to keep us apart for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tariq, and at the gate no less. But the lone minstrel simply puts his hat back on. Then may the scribes themselves admonish me until tomorrow night, Celeste. He loves her, I think. Having reached the peak of Mount Elodiel again, you see the vastness of the downside all around you. It leaves you deep in thought regarding which of your companions will go free this night as Pamitha did the last time. Hey guys, so I don't know what's going on up there with all them stars all acting real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna find a better deal on all this stuff from anybody. I mean anybody in the downside. You can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So go ahead and stock up. We're gonna grab some stardust. Oh, we don't have enough. Damn. We'll grab that one then. And so you get a repeat customer there, Dad. You give him a deal. Downside diseases. Ailments in the downside often give no warning when they strike. Those who keep moving and make no attempt to settle, they reduce their risks. The afflictions come in multiple varieties. In the bogs of flagging hands, a pallor tends to sink into the skin, and then into the mind. The nauseating sea of Solus north of there is difficult for some to tolerate. Very hot or very cold environments bring their own specific side effects. My coat is not as lustrous now, my fangs are long. Like all aspects of the downside, all these ailments share a purpose, to test your body, mind and spirit. They only appear to harm. Accept them, surpass them, move on. Can we talk to Sandra? I was beginning to wonder when you'd return. We can. This place, where you currently reside, it must be Mount Elodiel, is it not? This was where those blasted scribes decided what to do with me. I had already failed in my mission to eliminate the demon Solium Mare. I did not anticipate his retinue, you see. They took me and some of my Beyonders alive, although I do not expect to see an account of that in their good book. Whether it was for mercy or for spite, I never became certain. They probably presumed that my expulsion for eternity would eventually have taught me some respect for them, but no, not yet. Not yet. Well, I do not mean that, really. The scribes did spare my life, and were it not for that, I would never have been thusly trapped to then enjoy your company, O lovely reader. Now, having met my quota of blaspheming for the time, I think it best that we resume the normal sort of business between us, if there is any to speak of. And good hunting at the precipice. May you soon rid the downside of some useless idiot. Farewell for now, then, reader. Commence the Oh no, we need to talk to Volfred. He's in the wagon. Ah! Volfred looks up as you approach and smiles. I never thought that I would say such things, my girl, but it is good to wear the raiments in the rights once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today, we are a very different beast than the triumvirate which took me in almost a decade ago. Ours was a triumvirate of exactly 3, well, 4 with Tizo, who proved to be an exception, though historically the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I have mentioned my predecessor Brighton and my former companions Erisa and Orlek. Perhaps naively, I'd hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt. But, seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there is more you wish to learn of them. Ask about Orlek. You ask about what Orlek was like when he and Volfred first became acquainted. Volfred remained silent for some time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little much for me. It was Orlek who found me. He could not have known of my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you, a gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Orlek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he said he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sowed in his heart a yearning for an end to all the bloodshed, so he tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the Highwing remnants. It must have gone about how you'd expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front, but when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him to the downside. Here he gained the notice of the Nightwings, and before long he grew to be one of the finest rights conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the triumvirate were later filled by Erisa and me. In time, Orlek's own opportunity to freedom had come up. He longed for it, so that with his exalted status he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. Volfred breathes a heavy sigh. He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone, and now I still cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan, not by Orlek or anyone. As I have said before, we share a higher calling now. As for Orlek, he wants his freedom still, although I wonder if he still remembers why. Anyway, was there something else, my girl? Ask about Brighton. You inquire about Brighton, who you understand was liberated prior to when Volfred first joined the Nightwings. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now. Though for that matter, my girl, so do you. He studied your reaction for a moment, then. Brighton was born wealthy, but not special otherwise. You would no reason have heard of him. He was exiled for negligent misconduct. I do not know exactly why and do not care for spreading rumours. I first have heard of him through Erison and Orlek, who found in me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Orlek gave the impression they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me I would soon hear from him myself. Oh, Brighton is the voice! Indeed, as I became accustomed to the book, which you now know well by now, I soon began to hear the voice. Volfred looks of you as if to see you yet take his meaning. You see, my girl, after Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth. And a new responsibility to the triumvirate which liberated him. That voice you hear from time to time, whensoever the stars align, it's his. He is no longer Brighton. He is none now other than the Archbishop Androbelus IX himself. The Grand Judge and figurehead under whose watch the Commonwealth is governed in this day. Damn. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens to their old triumvirates. They have much to thank them for, not just their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth, they do not wear masks and raiments simply for the sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public pasts are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton, they were once exiles too. Brighton, that voice. He has no love for either one of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do. Yet he is bound by the tradition of the rites. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain, but I think he knows deep down that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exiles such as we. Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's a path you'd wanted to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else should we talk about? Arisa. She betrayed Oralek, causing the Nightwings to fall apart. Why should she do such a thing? You ask about Arisa, who understand betrayed Oralek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer Pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my girl, but I suppose you won't know something of Arisia's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I'd never make excuses for the terrible choice she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Arisa had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face, such was the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in battle on the Blood Border, despite wielding their father's own lance and armour. Her father never quite recovered after this, and had grown cruel and detached. It was Arisa who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day it was all too much for her, so when he next lashed out at her, she struck back. She struck back again and again and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cast into the downside for the crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Arisa always was intense in her demeanour, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for the Highwing remnants a great siege engine that could shatter the defences of the Commonwealth and forever end our feud. What she ultimately did to Oralek, it was an act of pure, thoughtless desperation. I do not think it was simply evil, nor do I think it was personal. I often wondered, though, if in her final moments in the Shimmer Pool she understood what she had done and to the depths to which she had fallen. For years, I must admit, I hated her, but now my only hope is that she found a peace untenable during her relatively short life in the downside in the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Arisa offers some perspective yet to those of us who have not made the same mistakes. Now then, was there something else? You bid Volfred a good afternoon and leave him with his memories. My pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps me demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much farther we have yet to go. Whew, that was a lot of talking. Let's do the liberation rite. Once more you've gained the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free, but first you shall have to prevail against the Pyre hearts in the liberation rite. Reader, your companions are gathered there under the fall. They should be counting on you. Indeed, as the cycle of rites turns ever faster, so too is our plan set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of stir out there, and word has reached high places that the rites are ending. This is our chance, though let us not despair should victory elude us here. We shall make the most of whatever the scribes may have in store for us. That is to say, good luck, my girl, it's time. It is indeed time. I thought there might be another star over here. Your adversary's pyre shall recover up to 5 each time they douse your pyre. Dullness the locket. No thanks. Alodiel. I was saying it wrong. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the pyre hearts, come forth now and declare yourself and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Sir Deluge tentatively slithers forwards and starts to struggle with his mask. This knight is called Sir Deluge. He is among the most decorated knights of the Sea Dominion, having survived many, many battles. Record well these proceedings, for his valour shall soon become the stuff of legend, and probably some of your songs. Is it not so that you have fled from every battle in which you were expected to fight, Sir Deluge, or have our messengers all been misled in this? The lies, spread no doubt by the detestable Nightwings. Their treachery is such that they dared steal one of our own triumvirate. It is for the triumvirates to Decide who shall stand with them. If one of your Pyre hearts was taken in by the Nightwings, then ask yourself where your companion would have left. This knight knows why full well, because not all who hail from the Sea Dominion seem to know the meaning of honour. Now, Nightwings, for the grave injury which you have caused the Pyre hearts, we hereby challenge you. Know that this knight would strongly prefer a traditional duel to the death. Such a shame that bloodshed is against the rules. He somehow puts his mask back on. Pyre hearts, protect your liege at all costs. His liberty depends upon it, and if this knight is not getting out of here, then neither are you. Asshole. Nightwings, your decision, on whose behalf you shall conduct the liberation rite. Reader, I would ask you to choose wisely, but I am sure you know no other way. And you, prepare your song, Tariq. Of course, Celeste. Doesn't have a talisman on the third one. Okay. There is a, supposedly... something. Chidariel's enlightenment is beyond measure. We can do Jodie, Faye, or Teaser here. There is supposedly somewhere you can see the percentage of how much they'll assist the goal, but I don't know how to check that. I think we're going to try and liberate Teaser here. Teaser seems stunned by your decision, though is very grateful to you for it all the same. And we're going to pick Bertrude. We shall lend our support to that one then. I think Faye. Or maybe Gilman. Gilman's a quick scorer. And him against the Pyre hearts is always funny. By this knight's honour, he shall fight with all his might. Just go easy on this knight, okay? Because he hasn't had it easy, and his fellow worm knights kind of want him out. Because you're an asshole. I mean, what? God, we do so much damage with Bertrude. Oh, why is it raining now? Just as this knight was beginning to think things could not possibly get worse for him. Now our poor Pyre is getting soaked, although... Sir Deluge must have realised this disadvantage applies equally to you as it does to the Pyres. Henceforth your Pyres shall be gradually drained by the rainfall. Oh, shit. We just need one more goal with Bertrude. Oh, that just hit us. Okay. Oh, they do extra damage because it's raining as well. A moment, Sir Deluge. Ah, what is it? This knight is trying to concentrate here. This knight has a burning question which he must ask of you, sir. What do you gain if you prevail here? You who fled the siege of Spiral Sanctum, what would you do if you returned unto that land? Sir Deluge squirms in an uncomfortable-looking way, but does not respond. You would be returned to an even higher station on the front, you know, good Sir Deluge, where you might brave many more battles for the glory of the Commonwealth. Is that your wish? Shut up, Gilman. What would you know of it? This night he shall survive whatever it shall take, whether in the Sea Dominion or the Commonwealth or in this blasted place. Now, he is getting out of here. You could have survived too, but no. Now we are enemies, and once this night is free, he shall make everybody in the Commonwealth aware of your greatest treachery. Oh, he jumped. Asshole. Okay. Return. Oh, come on. We're just going to have to go for that. Oh, shit. Got it. Oh, that was close. But we have liberated Tizo. Oh. This night knew it was too good to be true. Tizo is stunned by what transpired and what he thinks is about to happen. He looks around as the reality of what transpired sinks in. He realizes now that this is goodbye, at least for the time. He struggles to express the gratitude he feels at having served the Nightwings these many years. He also does not know what to expect from the Commonwealth and whether he'll be accepted. Nevertheless, he vows that he will be doing his part to the benefit of Volfred's plan. With that, he splashes into the Shimmer Pool and is gone from view. You hear him chirping one last time. Tizo wishes the best for each of you and asks that you remember him. Tizo earned his freedom. May he return in glory. This night wonders about why we are here and which forces have transpired to bring us here together. Has Horus himself taken an interest in this noble quest? What are we going to grab? Bigger slash could be interesting. I think we go this and this though. Okay. You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the Pyre Hearts in the Liberation Rite. Fortuitous result. Perhaps this knight too may regain his honour. You succeeded in liberating Tizo, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. We have but a few such liberation rites remaining. Exactly how many I do not wish to speculate about as yet, until such time as we can better say for certain. Under no circumstance would I suggest this is ideal, however, it is opportunity enough that our plan may as yet succeed. Although, all of these setbacks, I fear. Volfred trails off and falls silent. Some of the others exchange looks. They are beginning to understand. With the rite soon ending, everything which Volfred has sought, both on his own for many years and now with all of you, All of it may have been in vain, the hush spreads to the others, but not to you. You then proceed to do something that none of them seem to expect. You raise your voice. Each of your fellow exiles turns to you, their expressions asking you a question with no easy answer. What are we going to do? As you meet Bertrude's gaze, the words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. You are searching to find the right words as all your fellow exiles are gathering, looking to you now. Gather your thoughts, consider a different angle. Interact to consider a different way to put this. Interact to consider a different way to put this. So you've chosen... Oh, press the red seal to lock in your speed. You tell them that you're not going to mince words with anyone here. You tell them that you have all struggled to come this far across the downside. Through many challenges which you've faced, only to reach this low point. No. And are now poised to seize upon a glorious opportunity. Think only a hollow forward, turn back now. Because by now each of you knows each other well. As that would be a grave disservice to the group. None of you pursue this quest without any guarantees. One cannot assume that it would have a happy outcome. It's a quest you all knew was unlikely to end well. It's clear now that not all of you are going to return. Each of you knew this outcome was a possibility. Your path to freedom still is laid bare before you all. True freedom is not waiting for you in the Commonwealth. Meanwhile, the stars themselves are shining on for you. All of what transpired cannot be mere chance. You'll have a divine duty to uphold. Glory awaits you if you can persevere together. Commonwealth is already upheaval. Its troubles are only beginning. The injustices committed on the other side cannot continue. We'll be extremely rebellious here. Now is the time to stand and fight the forces that oppose you, for your own sake, for those who live oppressed. For each other. It's a world worth living in. If you can believe any of this, then believe above all in each other. Believe that the plan may yet be achieved. Oh shit. When you look at it that way. Okay. Believe the plan may yet be achieved. Trust that you may yet prevail together. And trust what your heart is telling you. Believe above all in each other. I like that one. We're going to check the ones for this. We're not going to be mean. When you look at it that way, which side of the world you end up on is up to all of you, to each one of you in your own way. You need to... Okay. Believe above all in each other. We'll go with that one. That's a nice one. After a brief period of reflection, you share one last sentiment with the group. Let us stand together now and always. Mere distance cannot separate our spirits. The stars have not vanished, they have joined us. Let us bring harmony envisioned by the 8 scribes. The people of the Commonwealth need us as we need one another. I think I'm going to go for this one. I'm also starting to cry a little bit. Lest you remain together with your thoughts. No one speaks for a time but them. The bluntness is appreciated, reader. You might have had success upon the blood border, thusly spoken. Then, let us see where our path leads. Thou wouldst dare to change this ancient world, reading one, and yet thy words are tinged with certain truths. May long the stars read and remain a light for you, reader, madam. All the while, Volfred remains watching you intently. Then his expression softens and he smiles. You are right, of course, my girl. We are the Nightwings. It's precisely as you said. Let us stand together now and always. Lead us then, reader, to the end of our quest and the dawn of a new age for all our kin. Everyone, for the Nightwings. Everyone responds in kind. They stand with you no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury, because now the last rites beckon. Each of the Nightwings gained +1 hope permanently. Let's stand together. The stars above now burn with what appears a desperate fury, many more of them than usual. Your path is yours to choose amid a myriad of stars. There's not even a period of dimness here. Got Kaelma. Oh, we've got literally every single star. Gol, Jamur, Trieste, Melith, Oris, Lu. The stars of the 8 scribes. They shine together now as one. The lone minstrel draws breath, as though surprised by what he sees. He backs away and averts his eyes. There is another sign the rites are soon to cease. Few chances yet remain to confront the adversaries you've met during your journey. We're going to fight the Tempers here, I think. And we're going to end up fighting the Withdrawn in the last thing, I think. It's going to be the Withdrawn or the Chastity. I'd rather fight the Dissidents, but also... Look. I need to know what happens more. We've got a 67 probability of success. Rights till next liberation is 2. We need to go there. I need to know what happens with Jody and Ignarius. Very well then, reader. Once more you shall face Ignarius and the Tempers when next the stars align. We may set course for the Glade of Lu at dawn. For now, please get some rest in the remaining dark of night. Faye. Oh. The Pyre Hearts. Or follow the path forged by the Under King Oris, who many mighty deeds exceeded the smallest stature that somehow contained him. This is the most spirited triumvirate, the courage unfaltering, their hearts full. They live always with vigour, and perhaps they die with it as well. They are the Under King's own kind, as at home above the sea as in it, never ceasing, ever longing, as they do for something more. The Under King chose wisely for these qualities, and teaches that a life devoid of passion is a life devoid of life itself. That burning passion is the fuel that drives the Pyre Hearts, and in turn all of us. On Worth. The fallen empire of Sar was ruled according to an ancient bloodline thought to be infallible. Our society shall instead be by those who earn the privilege. We, the Aid, cannot bear the burden of determining your worth. It shall be determined by your peers and by you yourself. We shall provide a framing through the rights to put you through the test against yourselves, against your kin, against your adversaries. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus freedom to the worthy. As the worthy, your true calling then begins, as you return to a society which longs to learn the wisdom you have gained along your path. The worthy shall lead. Spicy. Let's talk to Faye. In spite of the late hour, you find Faye minding her own business in the wagon and talking to herself, or rather, to the wagon walls. But most of all, I think I'm going to miss his little chirping sounds. He woke me up with them sometimes, for he kept waking me up. He sure was a good friend to both of us, right, little brother? Why, you knew him even better than I did. Much better, I should think. So you must really miss him too. She spreads her arms against the wall. I understand, I do. Those drive imps up there, they seem very sad about this too. Or maybe some are happy, I don't know. More food for them to share and they like food. Tizo sure liked food. I wonder if he'll like the food at home. It's very different, right? And so maybe he won't, but he eats almost anything. Oh, this must be so exciting for him, and I know the scribes, they shall be watching over him still. I think maybe they love him best of all. I cannot wait to hear what he thinks of it all, and I think for sure that he will help with Mr. Sandalwood's big plan. That's the great thing about Tizo, little brother. No matter where he goes, he always helps. He always helps. She bounds off without acknowledging your presence in the least. You sense that she has found some peace despite now being separated from her little friend Tizo. You hope by now that he has found safe passage in the Commonwealth. Not me crying at this game. God damn it. Look. I should really take a break. I'm gonna be right back in a few seconds. I need to grab a drink. So I'll see you in a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I didn't quite make it in time to pause that song. But howdy, I have some water now. Let's carry on. There is no time now to return to Moonlight Alcove as before. The stars already urged you on. Everybody is ready to make haste for the Glade of Lugh. It's the Glade of Lugh again, okay. Wilfred approaches as you fly above his hidden lair at the Moonlight Alcove. You cannot help but wonder if you shall ever return there. Our dear alcove. I've asked my agents to break down the place. It soon shall be gone if it isn't already. We shall not be returning. We've not the time to do so, anyway. And with Aurelek back among the living now, and no longer fond of me, I dare not think what he would do with it. Unfortunately, hiding places are of little value once they're found, once all of this is over. Those of us who do not manage to return, we shall have to find another place to live. To try to live, at least. Oh no! Oh, I didn't want to do that. I was like, hey, can we say hi to an imp friend? But no. Alchemical reagents. Let's go for this one. Land in Needlefield. But let's talk to Sandra first. I can sense you out there somewhere. What is it that you want? We can't ask what's on her mind. Never mind. Take care of yourself, Rita. We've got to locate the missing drive imps then. Your intentions to explore the untamed floor of Needlefield were dashed when, on your arrival, several of the wagon's strong-willed drive imps escape. Fortunately, their disposition towards mischief proved predictable enough, and soon, once again, all the imps were accounted for. However, Sir Gilman also has a nasty bite to show for it. So shameful that this knight let his guard down again. He dressed the minor wound, which ought to heal soon. But the incident took much of your reigning time this day and left both you and Sir Gilman awaiting its merciful conclusion. Sir Gilman lost 2 quickness for the next rite. Okay. This is going to be a Gilman conversation? It is. Sir Gilman is fuming with anger over something, so much so that you're hesitant to approach him, but you approach him anyway. Exile, it is too light a sentence for this night. He notices you and then seizes up. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire. Oh, greetings to you, noble Master Reader. What brings you to the knight this afternoon? Ask him if everything is alright. You maintain a gentle tone with him and ask whether there is something you might wish to discuss. Sir Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking through his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected, but then, Master Reader, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. Then you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you further with his troubles. Having said that, here, then, are the troubles you requested. You are, of course, familiar with the siege of the Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. This knight stood there on the front lines while the hiring remnants descended upon us. So furious was their assault that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely made a very easy target there that eve. One by one, then 2 by 2, they picked us off, becoming bolder, some of them shrieking with laughter all the while. This night he saw his comrades cast aside like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain, even now. Perhaps it was that he attempted to pursue and detain his own knight commander who you met when you first met this knight. That cursed Sir Deluge, if not for his craven cowardice, the Spiral Sanctum, it might have held at least a while longer. But instead we were routed, rendered spineless both in form and deed. Sir Deluge was first to turn and flee as our chain of command crumbled. And as for this knight, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked a coward too. Thus came the time for penance, and this night, why, he insisted the only course of action reasonable. He insisted on a sentence to the downside, and as you can plainly see, his wish was then fulfilled. How absurd that he should re-encounter his old knight commander here soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters in the Sea of Solus, where soon we met the Pyre hearts. A triumvirate exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see that they lacked the wherewithal, and Sir Deluge, they thought he could provide it, the leadership they sought, and his was too much of a coward to decline. As for this knight, being of the Sea Dominion, he had little choice but to comply, or so at first he thought. When he encountered you in the Nightwings, something awakened within him. With so little honour left to lose and so much left to gain, it became eminently clear that this knight stood a better chance within your ranks than those of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps under King Oris yet has plans in store in which this knight may play a part. This night he clings however vainly to that hope. He slithers away, his head bowed low. It seems best to leave him be for now. You sense he feels relieved at having shared all this. Continue your journey. To the glade of Lou. Halt. Everyone, I beg you please forgive my rudeness here. The black wagon has shuddered to a stop en route to the glade of Lou. There is some commotion as the lone minstrel motions for everyone to be still. Someone is there, along our path ahead. He points into the distance. However, when you scan the horizon, everything is still. You see no sign of whomever the lone minstrel referred to. Still, he indicates caution. Strange. I do not believe I was mistaken. A tense moment passes, then another. Then the lone minstrel tenses up. Our guest. He is there. You look toward where he signals, and then, at last, you see the cause of his concern. There's no mistaking who it is. Orlek stands there near motionless atop some forgotten rock jutting from the razor brambles a fair distance away. He stands directly on the path of your black wagon. Yet he shows no sign of acknowledging the wagon's presence. He appears only to be waiting for something, likely for you all. The lone minstrel gets your attention, quietly. Reader, what do your senses tell you at this time? Orlek may have come with ill intent. Orlek stands in your path. What shall you do? Press forward, you have a right to get to. Orlek may wish to stand in the way, but he can be made to move. Confrontation outside the bounds of the right is forbidden. Orlek ought to be avoided. Orlek may be here to talk. If you reach out to him, perhaps you can communicate in peace. We're going to press forward. There is no need to give in to Orlek's threats. He can declare his intentions or get out of the way. He cannot stand against you all. Very well, let us press forward then. You give signal for the drive imps to start the wagon and move full speed ahead, but just as you reach the point where Orlek once stood, it seems our guest has already departed. Let us remain watchful as we proceed on course. Indeed, Orlek is nowhere to be found now. The unnerving encounter causes everyone to fall silent for the remainder of this trip. Your wagon finally arrives at the glade of Lou, where there is still no sign of Orlek, or your next adversaries for that matter. Your companions organise a quick search about the premises, leaving you to watch the wagon until the rite's commencement. Something is wrong. Someone is here, alone, with you. Oh shit! Orlek, he seems to have something on his mind. Interact to speak with him. Orlek seems to be examining various objects in the wagon. Whether he has noticed you, you cannot tell. What he is doing here and how he got in unnoticed, you cannot imagine. You watch him go about whatever he is doing, examining all sorts of things that you and your fellow exiles gathered on your journey. He shakes his head. All of these trinkets. This wagon, it is most different now. Welcoming, and yet I am unwelcome here, it seems, in my own wagon. He directs his gaze at you, acknowledging your presence for the first time. You, a mere shadow, tell me something. Who are you to them? I'm their friend. There's a different group now than in his day. A friend, is it? Beware then, for the Nightwings do not always treat their friends with all due charity. Relay to them a message for me, Shadow. Tell them I shall have my night. He strides right past you toward the door, but then he turns to you again once more. I shall have my night. Then Orlek is gone. Spicy? Several of your companions return as you exit the wagon. You explain what happened. However, none of them saw Orlek. Most concerning, reader, though I'm thankful you're well. Orlek, he always was a peaceful individual, and yet his disposition is much different now. Perhaps we had best inspect the wagon for any signs of tampering in light of these events. You and the others conduct an exhaustive search in and around the black wagon for any signs of objects missing or tampered with, as well as signs of damage or foul play. The search yields nothing. No one finds any sign that anything was moved or tampered with. Even the drive imps seem calm. The incident leaves you questioning your own recollection of what happened. You try to clear your mind, for the rite is soon now to commence. Hey guys, say, I noticed your little imp pal, he ain't with you anymore. Is he okay? I heard the wildest thing, that he somehow got out of here back to the other side, and I'm like, why would an imp want that? Okay. Come back when you're gonna buy something. Once more you have returned to the glade of Lou, and your companions stand ready beneath a still night sky awaiting the commencement of the rite. You overhear some of their words to one another as you wait the signal in the stars. This night awaits our glorious confrontation against the Tempers, any moment now. Indeed, prepare yourselves, everyone. Just then you observe a glint of starlight that begins to shine above, and your companions soon fall silent. Oh, spicy. Well, I figured that much. Hey, look, it's that gang that sent us packing at the Fall of Solium. You know, I've been waiting awful long to get a shot against you there. Keep waiting so damn long, it got a little rusty there, I guess, but I've been waiting on this shot to get you back for that one, Nightwings. They have an Ashen Coal, which is fine. Wait. I can't rank up that, okay. Oh, her Oob's Wing we should have sold. Damn, I was trying to be clever with that. I'm assuming, yeah. This is also max level. Rank 20 is max. Extra jump distance. Oh, oh, fuck. Misclicked. I was gonna try and get Living Flame to 20. Shit, okay. Well, Jodie's gonna stand against them. I think Faye is gonna stand against them. We should use Volfred though. Let's go for Volfred, Jodie, and Bertrude. Good start. Oh shit. Oh, they're gonna throw. You ain't half bad there, Curly Horns, you know. Shame we're on opposite sides like this and all fighting over who gets out of here. Back home, I would have just walked up and bought us both a drink. I would have punched you in the mouth. Ignarius laughs heartily at this. That's what I like about you, Curly Horns. You hate my guts as much as I do. Now, come on, let's see you stomp on me one more time, just like you Nightwings did upon that mountaintop. Oh shit, that was bad. Okay, at least they've got one banished for a bit. Oh, fuck. fuck? Nice. Oh shit, didn't quite make it. Oh fuck. Oh, I walked right into that one. We're getting kicked here. There we go. Couldn't stop Ignarius there. 30, Jesus. I jumped, but I didn't have stamina. Oh, I keep forgetting the freaking key for her. That's annoying. We've got 40 left. Come on. There we go. Oh god, the reader is... The voice is getting fucking stressy with us now. Huh. We tempers, we were damn unstoppable, but this again. I just think Jodie should smooch him, is all. I'm wondering if Orlek is going to be the next person we face in the Ascension Rite. Back at the Black Wagon, you find the lone minstrel examining your fellow exiles after they secured victory over the Tempers in a solid performance. It is plain to you that none of them look well. The lone minstrel notices you there and turns to you. Reader, the faster turning of the cycle of the rites has put a strain on everyone. We have multiple cases of banishment sickness this time. It's fortunate that your other companions are available to conduct the coming rite, because I fear this group here requires rest. You bid your Dariel a swift recovery, and she nods weakly in response. You exchange a look with Bertrude, who seems exhausted after the last rite. As for Volfred, it's clear to you he wishes to be left alone for now. You leave the lone minstrel to look after them, and turn your attention to the stars that remain shining in the dark outside. Oh fuck, so we have to use... Bertrude got banishment sickness, Jadariel got banishment sickness. You gaze into the darkness of night. Seek now your destination. Okay. It's everything but this one, I think, are the options. Oh no, we've only got 3 now. I want to fight Chastity, but also the bog is fucking difficult to fight in. Because you lose hope going there. But we're gonna do it. We've got Faye on our team. Ah, the Chastity and old Manly. He is without shame. The product of corruption that now festers in the Commonwealth. You and Volfred then go over to what he knows of your next adversary. H. Manley Tinderstaff, the offspring of a semi-famous sap industrialist, he was born into wealth and lived in the lap of luxury, never having to fend for himself. When he came of age, he was soon offered cushy ambassador positions that required little more than a silver tongue to convince the Commonwealth that he was keeping busy. He soon grew so proficient at doing nothing much at all that he started spending his family's riches to assert his fame and status. One day he attempted to pay off the wrong individual, a particularly stern Commonwealth diplomat who promptly turned him in and had him sent downriver. Manley was very disappointed by all this, but soon saw in it an opportunity, for he knew well that in the inner circles there were those who had gone into exile and returned. Thanks to his connections, he tracked down the chastity deep in the Waking Wood. He finagled his way onto the triumvirate using his well-worn skills. He in turn convinced himself that he would earn a position of great influence once he secured a way back to his home. He continues making hollow promises. Our plan is to prevent such characters as Manley from coming to power. Mark my word, for now we ought to prepare to seek the stars again with the adequate night's rest. Okay, continue your journey. A pleasure to encounter you within the skies themselves, O Nightwings. They deliberately crashed into us, Father, yet you still addressed them in such a cordial manner. Now, Alma, I am certain that this was an honest accident, and it appears no lasting damage has been done. Please take the helm, as I shall go to pick up the fallen artifacts which shook free from the walls after the impact. Perhaps some of those old heirlooms may yet be repaired with adhesive drawn from certain flora we may find along our long and difficult quest. Damn you, Nightwings, you stay away from us. Bertrude slithers up to you as the black wagon passes through the skies above her former abode. Our kind who lurk below, they would scarce believe we soar above them now. We told them when Sandalwood came to fetch this that we shall not return for some time. Our most accomplished labours, with whom we shared so many moons in exiles, we trust that they shall carry forth the reputation of our services, for we taught them all we know. She seems almost nostalgic as she lifts off various service providers at Big Bertrude's. Curses, bombs, potions, powders, cleaning reagents, sleep medicines, fungicides, seances. Big Bertrude's earned quite a name for itself through the downside for these and other things. When we've finished here, provided we do not return from whence we came, we shall return to our establishment and carry on our business there, for there is much demand. Coldmoat or Plaguemont? Let's go for Jody's. You arrive again in the gloomy hollows of Flagging Hands, already anticipating the sinking feeling that comes with the place. This time Bertrude has something to say for it. We shall show you how to withstand the less pleasant qualities of this locale. She reveals various salves and some minor enchantments that help to counteract the spirit-draining effects of the region. Soon everyone is feeling better, if but for the Bertrude, you beautiful, beautiful woman. Okay, we're gonna go ranging with Jadariel. You accompany Jadariel as she scours through the gloomy hollows of Coldmoat. She never speaks and remains focused on the task until at last something catches her eye. Look here, such life seldom takes root here in this habitat. She hands to you the fresh-plucked specimen for safekeeping. You receive new sleeve, it's quite a find. Nice! Oh shit. You wake from what little sleep you managed this past night. Once more the voice tormented you within your dreams. You attempt to rid yourself of the memory of it. If the voice truly is that of the Archjustice Androbolus the Ninth himself, as Volfred indicated, then none of you are likely to receive too warm a welcome should you regain your freedom. To the Pit of Maleeth. Oh, we get to find out about Tizo. A messenger imp with news and rumours from the other side manages to track down your wagon in the soiled grounds of Flagging Hands. The imp's latest information is about none other than Tizo, who you liberated at the fall of Solium. Everybody says he is the first creature of his kind to come to the Commonwealth. While this unique status brought Tizo no shortage of prestige, he nonetheless experienced difficulty acclimating to the new environment. It seems that he grew quite despondent. Then at last he managed to track down Volfred's agents, with whom he is working to find a mean to bring more exiles home. Thus has the revolution grown stronger. He also left for you a special verbal message via his most trusted messenger, who rears up and intones, Tizo wants you to know he is doing well, but misses you and hopes to see you soon. Oh, Tizo. I'm so happy for him. I wish I could have had a friend like him when I was there. You did it, little one. You'd scarce believe how long our Tizo toiled here in service of the Nightwings. He deserves his peace more than us all. Very bright, that one. Would have served well as our familiar? Perhaps some day yet it shall be so. Truly. Once more it seems I underestimated him and his resilience. Oft it is said that good things come in smallish packages, and Tizo stood as living proof, and he remains apparently. I shall look forward to our next reunion, Tizo, perhaps when we are back among the stars. The news of Tizo's adventures in the Commonwealth fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Extra hope for the next ride. Fuck yeah. Oh hey, you guys, Dad here, he don't like talking much, but don't get weirded out by that or anything, because I think he likes you, especially if you keep buying stuff, haha. We're gonna sell the new sleeve. I'm gonna sell her Oob's wing. Flame Leech seems pretty powerful. We need a +3. We're gonna grab a +5 as well. We're just gonna grab upgrades at this point. Tell all your friends about us, because I already told mine. Foraged findings and slug markers. Oh, we should check in with Sandra as well. You called for me, lovely reader? We still can't ask what's on her mind. I shall be here if you need me. There is a simple pleasure to be found in foraging about this place. Easy for a cur to say, of course. Though barren looking to the naked eye, the downside has its share of semi-hidden treasures waiting to be found. It was a nose for treasure, after all, which drew us here. Certain types of artifacts found in this place would fetch a reasonable sum in soul, whether because they shine within a light or due to other special properties. I have observed that stardust freshly fallen from the heavens sometimes glimmers in the afternoons. I have not found a use for it yet, although, because it brings me faith, perhaps I have indeed. Slug markets. They are natives in this land, with some capacity for thought and oddly keen instinct for the mercantile. Suspicious creatures, but not disagreeable entirely. From time to time we make exchange with them. They lust for coins for the imperial soul, though why they do not say. We speculate it is a delicacy. It serves us little purpose here, whilst their slug market wares are sometimes valuable. The creatures appear drawn to places where the heavens shine the brightest, perhaps because they know we are as well. What they want exactly is unclear. We taught them of our lands, and yet they remain preoccupied with simpler things. Cool. Let's do this. Commence the rite. Everything is prepared, and the night is just beginning to take hold above the darkest corners of the pit of Melith when Volfred gets your attention. Reader, I suppose you might remember our first meeting with that manly Tinderstoff. He would be mortified, of course, if you forgot. I would say that he is an embarrassment to my kind, but unfortunately I've known many others like him. We are a discontented people, I suppose. Anyway, when last we saw him, you might recall that I avoided him. We are not good acquaintances or anything, but he knows enough people in high places that he could be harmful to our plan, should he know of my involvement, and so Volfred dons his ritual mask. I shall have to be discreet here. As I am with the Nightwings once again, I can no longer hide from him outright. Perhaps, though, he should take me for a common sap. Anyhow, it seems to me we have a rite to conduct. Spicy. We're not going to use any of the stars, because I just want to win. We also don't have too much longer of stream left, but I kind of want to get one more liberation rite done. So I might stream a little bit longer today. We've got 15 minutes. Yeah, fuck you too, voice. He's just berating me now. My, what have we here? Why the Nightwings come to grace us with their presence once again? You think you can simply cut us down like last time, is that it? You sense Fulford reaching out to you. Reader, let us indulge him for the time. Perhaps he shall reveal something we can use to provide a disincentive for his meddling. Just let him keep on talking. I shall attempt to remain hidden. And my, the colours of those raiments. I mean, they are rather gaudy in this light, I have to say, though I mean no offence at this, of course. So do you suppose the rite is going to commence soon? As much as I enjoy our chats like this, I do have to get going soon. If you must know why, I'm expecting an important message. From the other side, no less. Come dawn, I hear something is brewing out there. Some sort of unrest, So yes, it's a very important message sent all this way by one of those imp couriers, and I must say those little things, their service is certainly not cheap. Though I'm sure that I could get you a good deal on their services if you wish, perhaps to contact a loved one back home, All I ask, of course, is that you stand aside and let the chastity prevail, as well we ought, for I've a date with Destiny not long from now upon the fall of Solium. He continues talking for some time, until at last the rite is set to start. I don't like him at all. Oh ho ho, my, look at this wonderful assembly of exiles come from all different corners, Such a colourful retinue you Nightwings have. You know, I heard the most preposterous rumour about you, that you are harbouring an especially notorious criminal, one who has designs upon the Commonwealth itself. He looks right at Volfred. But I could not imagine such outlandish tales could possibly be true, Anyhow, I so would like to meet everyone here. Hello, good Nightwings, I am H. Manley Tinderstorff, and truly, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Manley has intruded on your privacy as you set to choosing your triumvirate. He could not be less welcome. He seems to be searching for someone in your ranks. Perhaps a broken limb or two might cause Manley to think better of such antics. We're going to ask him to leave politely. You suggest to Manley that perhaps he ought to check on his own triumvirate in the key moments prior to the rite. Why, yes, of course. I was just taking the opportunity to bid all you salutations, for I enjoy getting to meet my fellow exiles face to face like this. Yes, there may be rules against this type of thing, but who's counting, am I right? I'm sure the scribes wouldn't mind if they were here. Anyway, now that you mention it, I ought to go check on my wonderful colleagues. See you shortly, and good luck. Manley leaves at last, leaving you to focus on the rite again. We literally only have 3 options. We're going to grab Living Flame and upgrade it to 20. We're going to give that to Gilman. Ash and Coal could probably do with going up to 20 as well. So we're going to use all of this Stardust on it. Extra 30 is not to sniff at. Not going to use the rings for this one, I don't think. We can upgrade Jodie's horn. Let's upgrade Jodie's horn as well for when she's back. We're going to put Sir Gilman front and center. And then Faye and Volfred. Volfred. Let us maintain more discretion than usual. Manley is only friendly when he wants something. Are you quite ready yet, Nightwings? I doubt you are, because my colleagues with the Chastity and I, we have a trick or two we think she'll take you by surprise. Just watch. Damn. Have Volfred doused their pyre. Volfred Sandalwood, why, is it really you, my dear friend? You must be mistaking me for someone else, Manley. However do you mean? I'd recognise that upright posture of yours from anywhere. I knew it had to be you. Oh, what a glorious surprise indeed. Oh, it's me, all right, but you're no friend of mine, Manley, no more than I am yours. So cut your nonsense for a change and face me like a proper sap. Oh, to have such spark left in those old limbs of yours. Well, if you want me to be rude, then fine. Let's have it your way, sir. Okay, if you bounce off the edge, it's not good. Ah, fuck. Oh, the throw to get rid of the... Fuck me. Okay. The pass to get rid of the orb to regain the aura is awful. But Faye can jump. Faye's good at jumping. We're gonna take a throw here. That's fine. We can just jump straight back into theirs. They've got something that's stealing fire health from us. Oh, didn't jump quite far enough. That's fine. We can still do this. They've got 5 left. Oh, you fucker! Okay. Right, if we can just score with Sir Gilman because he's super speedy, that'd be great. Shit. Okay. Gilman, come on. What the fuck? What the fuck was that lag? We're gonna restart. That lag fucked me up when I probably would have scored if it didn't lag. That's annoying. Skip through all of this. Okay. Let's do this. If the trick is making my game lag, then yeah, you do. That's the sort of start that I wanted. Oh, come on! Fuck! God damn it. Oh my god, he's got such a range on that. Oh, it was asking me to score with Faye that time. Oh. Go. This is going a little bit better, I think. There we go. That's as easy as it needed to be. My word, how could this happen to me, you deceitful, ignorant, utterly uncouth pack of fools? Have you any idea what you've done? Fulford watches the outburst in silence. Keep spouting off like that, manually, and you shall reveal all we need to know. You harbour such a fear within your heart there, don't you? Coming from the aristocracy and now in exile. How they must speak of you. What would they think of you if you don't get out? Or even if you do? Fulford remains deep in thought, studying his adversary. There, I see now. Then Fulford recedes into the shadows. What? My head? Who? Oh, I believe there must be a mistake. I have to go. Ta-ta. Fine evening to you now. It has been a pleasure, genuinely so. Hey, de casual Jawa. How are you doing? And there he goes. I've lifted certain burdens from him for a time, a bit of mercy for his sake, for my people's sake. As well it should ensure he has no lasting memory of our encounter here, or running into me. Now let's be off before he catches up with us again. The rights demand we act of one mind in perfect unison and harmony, and free of any doubt. I have grown more accustomed to being a part of the Nightwings of today. I'm gonna grab that one. We're gonna carry on playing for a little bit, I think. I'm just gonna double check something real fast. Okay, yeah, I'm good to carry on for a little bit more. There proves little time for rest at the Black Wagon after your fellow exiles defeated the Chastity with ease. Those afflicted with banishment sickness seems to be doing better, at least, and expressed gratitude to Sir Gilman, Faye, and Volfred for their efforts. Just then, the lone minstrel appears before you. No words escape his lips. You can full guess what he has come to indicate to you, and you follow him back out into the darkness. The stars above seem to be few and fading, and yet one still shines, defiant. Liberation Rite time! Where we're going to face, I believe, well, I think it's either going to be the Withdrawn, or the Dissidents, actually. The Dissidents, but probably the Withdrawn because they're slightly higher standing. God, we're 21-0. That last one we could have lost, but also, no. That would have ensured we fought Chastity in the last one as well, and I just don't want to do that. Or we're going to fight the true Nightwings. But the Withdrawn are the intended opponents here. You notice that the Lone Minstrel is standing there with you, regarding the night sky. The Gate Guardian and I, we have paid witness to the liberation rites upon the fall of Solium for a long time. We've seen so much, and so I'm a bit taken aback, is all, to see something which I had never seen. We look upon the stars together for a while, then I wish for you good fortune and the wisdom of the scribes on your ascent. The Lone Minstrel leaves you there alone under the night. It's growing very late and you need rest. The Black Wagon shall have to take flight again come morning. We've got the Chastity page in here. Those bearing the name the Chastity all count themselves disciples of Lusclorian the Hundred Minds, known firstly for his wisdom, but also cherished for his modesty, integrity, and kinship. Sclorian's priority in forming his triumvirate was to instill in all his subjects a deep-seated deference and respect for the rules governing the liberation cycle. The cycle of rights needs to be respected to be understood, and needs to be understood to be respected, Sclorian says. Thus the Chastity are emissaries of the cycle. Should they earn back their liberty, then they should spread enlightenment in itself, and all of us shall grow. Continue on your journey. Something appears different now about the sacred mountain west of here. The lands near Emperor's Ascent and Emperor's Fall appear ashen. On the other hand, the once precarious region below, which you know as Temple High Road and Temple Cistern, seems swept clean by the elements. The lone minstrel observes all this alongside you. Inclement weather we have seen lately, reader madam. We ought to be able to make landing closer to Scribe's Gate now. Then I suppose this means we shall soon see Celeste once more, and I shall go tell everyone to prepare for landing. Temple High Road. Sir Gilman gains favour. Or Bertrude gains favour. Let's grab favour for Gilman. I don't know who we're going to liberate yet. You arrive once more among the ancient formations of Mount Elodiel. It appears that Admilva and the Withdrawn have already arrived along the other route. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Volfred. Let's try this challenge real quick. You have returned, have you? What is it you require? We can talk to her again. Why are you doing this? Reaching out to me again, like this? I've been abandoned in this blasted rock more times than you could count, reader, and each time I've laughed it off, like so. I fear it'll be different this time. Before, I knew that someone else would come around and pick up where the previous idiot left off, but now? Well, it seems there may not be a next time after this, if what I'm to understand about the stars out there is even a half-truth. So then, I can anticipate an eternity of utter solitude without even the blasted rites to keep me company. Understand that while I may be an apparition in a glass to you, I yet retain a shred of self, and do not happily foresee that outcome. And yet, you keep on coming back to me like this. If this is all in service of a torment, then you are most cruel, O lovely reader. Commendably so, I have to say. So then, am I to understand that you wish to spend more time with me, thus, knowing full well the stars are soon to put an end to this little affair? As if, in answer to her question, you feel what seems to be the Beyonder Crystal itself. The Beyonder Crystal seems to be pulling you away. Return to the crystal surface or stay with Sandra for a while longer. You focus your mind and remain where you are, there with Sandra in the confines of the Beyonder Crystal, and remain there with her for some time. No words need be exchanged between the two of you, and in the darkness there, for once, she does not feel alone. Soon enough, however, she bids you to depart. You shall leave those idiots of yours listless if you remain here for too long. Be gone already, and let me know if you have need of me. Oh, that can be arranged. You but need a name from you, the one you have in mind. It's going to be Volfred. We're going to give him that one. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Volfred. That a fancy-talking sap, you mean? I shall be interested to see if he has learned something since we last sparred like this. Then, let us bring him forth. Soon Volfred appears in heed of the summons. So it is my turn then, is it? Let us see what we can do, my girl. I'm not going to try this too much. I'm going to do it once or twice, and then we'll go on to this liberation rite. Hang on, just replying to someone. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Sap, you answered to me here. As you will, O Sandra the Unseeing. Proper as ever then, though I wonder if you have the wherewithal that you project. Show me then what you can do without the benefit of those whom you would lead, and let us see if you and your lovely reader have reached a thorough understanding as of yet. Ow. That's not ideal. Oh, the dash. Got it. I am grateful for the privilege of your time, good Sandra. Flattery shall never get you anywhere with me, Sap. Nonetheless, your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. I had not seen that Sandra in some time. She has not changed a bit. But it would seem she left something for us, did she? Lose bow. Lose bow. Further blink. Beautiful. That's exactly what Volfred needs to be incredible. We're going to want to probably buy some more Stardust stuff. Seek the Cursed Scribe's favour. With some time to spare after having landed, you join Sir Gilman on a brief expedition to the monument of Jamur Manymane. This knight now understands what he must do. His good companions, they inspire him to greater deeds. He shall prove to them that he is worthy of their friendship. Surely he can have his honour back if they see fit. You return to the wagon once he's finished paying his respects. You have on occasion once more to pursue your vocations. +2 presents for Gilman. We can mentor our companion or forage for resources. I think we're going to forage for resources. Sir Gilman is training intently when you approach. Master Reader, this knight was so engulfed in memories of the Sea Dominion that he failed to detect your stealthy advance on his position. Splendidly done. This knight would have been vanquished by you easily. This knight is fortunate to have you as an ally rather than a mortal foe. His kind routinely clambers from the depths of the Sea Dominion to seek greater glory and perhaps a slightly longer life expectancy within your Commonwealth. Such an honour it would be to be assigned the rank of knight and be conscripted onto the front lines of the Commonwealth against their vicious winged enemies. In the Sea Dominion, it was our ultimate goal to fight our way to the surface, past our brethren, past the Razor Reefs, the Strangle Celt, the Snagglefins that prey upon our kind. Sir Gilman continues listing undersea dangers and terrors for some time. Past the Blood Sniffers, the Electric Scallops, the Rogue Worms of the Frigid Current, the paralysing nets of the Farfishers, and even past the scalding waters of the Glowing Trench. Jesus Christ. Finally he trails off. Yet even despite the myriad of challenges living in the Sea Dominion, it is each would-be worm knight's duty to abandon that place at his or her soonest convenience. How humorous it was to learn that life within your Commonwealth had quite a bit in common with our existence under sea. It was not all pomp and glory as the stories told. Perhaps it is our lot as worm knights to bring strife with us wherever we should go, for even here it seems our kind pitted both against our brethren and all others. Ah well, it is fortunate that this knight found within this place so fine a company as yours. It is a most different change of pace to strive toward a common purpose rather than to strive constantly to outperform each other towards one's own self-gain. Although, to the extent we are competing still, this knight shall ever strive to take the lead, and make no mistake about that, Master Reader. This knight was born to be the best, just like all the billions like him. Now he is off to steal himself. Your pardon, Master Reader. +1 quickness. I'll take it, but Jesus Christ, he talks a lot. we're probably going to forage. We're going to go for the floating rings. Ooh, gold allodial. Nice. To the Scribe's Gate. Again you stand before Scribe's Gate, where the Gate Guardian regards you all above an archway carved from stone. The exiles of the Nightwings, you must know by now that once the stars no longer shine, the rise shall cease. For now, step forth. Except for you, Tariq, you stay right there. Greetings, Celeste. The Nightwings are prepared, and as for me, you shall not blaspheme under the gate again. Do we understand each other, Tariq? Aye, Celeste, I apologize for my behavior before. I shall adhere more strictly to my duties. Be sure of it. Now, each of you, come forth. Please state your names and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, your companions cross the gate until it is your time to do so, and you follow them. In turn, the Gate Guardian regards you all, then waves you through toward the summit. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Am I free to accompany them, Celeste, or shall I remain here? She looks at him a while. You are free to accompany them, Tariq. As you will, Celeste, until we meet upon the summit, then. Up we go. Oh, it's you guys. Well, come on in, I guess. You got right here right on time, because I was just thinking maybe I would close a little early here, you know? Business has been real good and everything. It's just been a little slow in spots, a little slow is all, so I was thinking maybe I should do a sale. What would you say to that? Go for it. We suggest to Falcon Ron that a sale might be a good idea to liven things up a bit. We are buying something. We're buying literally all his Stardust. What's this? Ah, okay. So a lot of these trinkets seem to be gain skills that people already have. We spent 1,000 soul. Indigenous imps. Special mention must be given to the downsized most prolific native creature, which we call the imp. With all respects to our comrade Haub, an imp himself, possessing of extraordinary intellect, most imps are driven by the simplest impulses to eat, drink, and procreate, to move and to survive. These creatures, then, are symbols of this place. They are far more resilient than they seem, though wild by their nature. They, like all of us, can learn. Haub insists that imps are willing to be put to work. Like other aspects of the downside, they wish more than to exist, but to exist with purpose. Can we converse with Sandra? Why, hello, my lovely reader. What might I do for you? We can't. Come visit me again sometime when you need further practice. We might be able to after the rite. Commence the liberation rite. Once more the time has come for the liberation rite, where one among you can go free if you prevail. Freedom is likewise at stake for your adversaries, the withdrawn. As your companions gather under the fall, you awaiting the commencement of this vital rite, the lone minstrel finds you and regards you in his calm fashion. Night is falling. These moments prior to each commencement, I must admit, they give me pause, knowing so much is at stake during the trial that is to come. Tell me something, would you, reader, to ease the waiting for us both? I have travelled far and wide, even beyond these lands. However, the Commonwealth I know only through word and song. I sometimes think on what life would be like out there. If you were not ensnared with this place and free to roam your country, what would you have done with all your days and years, rather than striving here under the stars? I still think I would go for freedom. Perhaps it was inevitable that you were to be cast into exile. You cannot abide the state of things within the Commonwealth. There is so much needing to be changed there. It seems, then, that you would face a greater challenge there than even here. The Commonwealth, it sounds to be a country rather set upon its ways. Of course, that is the nature and ambition of the plan of which you are a part. May your actions here help bring about the future you desired on the other side. Just then the lone minstrel looks forth, and you see that it is time. The stars above, though faint, begin to burn. Proceed to the right. He hates us. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the withdrawn, come forth now and declare yourself and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries the Nightwings. The bog dweller Edmilda appears from the shadows and reaches for her mask. Yes, we are known to be witch Edmilda. Our adversaries, they are nothing to us, or the one we serve. Ye shall all be devoured in the coming age, an age of strife wrought down by the fell wings and many-seeing eyes of Islak the Astral-born. You speak blasphemy upon this sacred site, Edmilda. If you value your liberty, then I suggest you cease your mocking of the scribes. The scribes, they failed to stop Islak, and he shall rise again. As for you Nightwings, you are of no consequence in Islak's grand designs. She dons her mask once more. Soon we shall return unto the land in which Islak shall usurp, where we shall offer him our blood and that of many, many others. Nightwings, on whose behalf shall you conduct this liberation rite? Choose, quickly. May you heed your heart in making this choice, reader. I trust you are prepared to play the hymns with me, Tariq? Always, Celeste. Boomst! I think we send Faye. Oh, Faye's so close to... We can't send Gilman or Volfred yet, and I don't necessarily want to send Bertrude. As good as she is, I think we send Faye. Oh, you mean me? That I get to go home? But the 8 scribes, what if they still want me to stay? We're gonna max level Jodie's talisman here. We could go for Gilman's as well. We could have gone for Lou's Bow, but still 50% is pretty good. We should use Udmilda. Not Udmilda, Bertrude. Then we shall do what is within our power for that one. Jodie, we're gonna go with as well, I think. As you will, reader. Soon, Islak, very soon, we shall release thee. We shall release thee, and as for you, Nightwings, we have much in store for you. This is going to be our last rite of the day. I'm getting very hungry. Oh, we got... Oh, we got. Oh, they all have hexes and stuff. This is so annoying. Oh, we got banished? Jesus. Nice. Hex of Victory. 40 damage. That's about as good as we can get. Islach, we invoke thee, for we seek thy ancient strength. Befoul our enemies within thy blood. Damnation to the Nightwings, damnation to the Scribes. The invocation of Islach, your adversary witches Erdmild's curse, shall summon forth dark pools of banishing ichor wheresoever any existing exile is banished here this night. Oh shit. We got God again, but it's fine. I reckon we're only going to have 2 Ascension rights left, if that, or Liberation rights. It's time for Faye to go. He's so fucking done with us. He is so fucking done. The voice hates us. Know that this affront against Islach has been recorded, and his vengeance shall darken the skies. I can go home. I think this means I can go home. She shuts her eyes. By the Scribes, by the Scribes! But what will happen now to you, to all of you? Can you not come with me? No, no, they say not yet. The Scribes, they say not yet. Although, I think your time will come. Your time will come. And I will wait for you, because I don't have any friends back home. At least I didn't used to, so I want you to come join me there, okay? But now the Scribes are calling me, and so goodbye. She falls into the shimmer pool, and then she is gone. Goodbye, and please, O Scribes, watch over them, okay? Faye earned back her freedom. May she return in glory. Yikes. You prevailed in the liberation against the withdrawn. Already does the Black Wagon feel quieter than usual without Faye, who returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. She has passed from this place along with all her eccentricities. Grieve not for her. Would that we all some day achieve the same. You wonder who, if anyone, among you shall be the next to go. Our plan approaches a key turning point. Let us ensure it soon comes to fruition, not only for ourselves here, but for our companions and our loved ones in the Commonwealth. But we have little time now for reflection into this. Look yonder, reader, the stars demand we go already. Let us help them usher in the end of all this. You turn your attention to the glimmer of the stars. Their current rate of disappearance suggests another liberation rite shall be coming very soon. The few remaining stars still shine for you. Find your way among them. Aub and Gol and Kaelma are our options, but let's check the planner. The accusers and the dissidents, I don't mind fighting either of in the rights. I think if we exit now, it should be fine. Thank you so much for watching today, everyone. I really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. I think we'll be doing the usual, taking a rest day from Pyre. We'll play Pyre again on Wednesday.